Hey guys, so welcome to today's podcast. Yes, it's episode 9 of Speak Audibly's 100% Me podcast, and it's your host, Mike Wilson here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following us. If you haven't yet subscribed, please be sure to go ahead and hit that button. We'll wait for you to do that. Also, smash that notification bell while you're at it so you know anytime we release a new video. But today's episode is with Miss Iva Diva Mishra. She is an amazing consultant and coach when it comes to business, when it comes to life. She's an amazing person that has such a big heart. So, without any further ado, you hit that subscribe button. We'll jump in there with Iva. Hey guys, welcome to SpeakAudibly.com. My name is Mike B. And I'm here with my son. We're playing at the dog park here. It's amazing. All right, guys, like I said, I am here with Miss Iva Diva Mishra. Iva, how are you doing today?
Hey, good morning. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing so good, so blessed. And I'm excited to have you on here because we're going to talk through some things that I know not a lot of people have even thought about. And that's what I like to do, so it gives a whole nother level of value. And that's what we do here at Speak Audibly. So before we get into it, just tell me a little bit about you, your family, your business.
Sure. First and foremost, thank you. Thank you so much, Mike, for having me on today. I really, really appreciate this opportunity you've provided for me. And so I thank you for that. Now, my background, basically, I was born in India and I've been in America since I was 6 years old. I'm married to a wonderful man of almost 23 years. And together we have two children that are 12 and 14, 2 boys. And right now we're doing a lot of homeschooling. So that's an exciting adventure that we're going through together. Although I have to say both my boys are very self-disciplined to do their own work. I'm not micromanaging anything. If they need help, my husband and I are here, but they know that they're responsible. And they're looking forward to school being out next week so we can spend more family time together. And so that'll be great. And my background, basically, I have an MBA degree. And then after I received my MBA degree, I became a financial analyst and a business analyst. And after that, I had my 2 boys. And then I reassessed my goals. I thought, what would I really like to do now that I also am a mother? So I wanted to have that life and work balance. Because once you have children, as you have children, that, you have to find that work-life balance. So I decided to work for myself, not go back to the corporate world where I came from, because that time of my life was over for right now. I wanted to make sure I was accessible to my children. And for that reason, I did several certified training to become a franchise consultant. And after I became a franchise consultant, a couple of years later, I added another branch under my tree to become a business coach. And the reason I became a business coach, Mike, is because I wanted to help people. When I was working with potential business franchise owners, I would encounter these different hurdles that they were worried about crossing over. What happens if I leave the corporate world? What happens? I don't get that biweekly paycheck. What happens? I don't get medical benefits. All of these what if happens situations came up. So I thought to myself, Mike, how can I better help my clients and help them get over that hurdle so they can own a franchise, so they can live independently, not be tied down to a company or somebody else writing their biweekly paycheck. They get to decide how much they earn every month, every year. So that's where the two came together. I guess you can say the marriage of being a franchise consultant as well as being a business coach. Those two came together. Yes. And my company formed because of that. And it's called Empower Quantum Consulting. I do business coaching and franchise consulting.
Empower. Wow. Quantum consulting. I love that. I mean, as you guys know, watching this or listening to this in podcast world, that Speak Audibly is all about people who are all about people. And so the fact that your company is named Empower Quantum Consulting, like that's it right there. You are empowering people, and that's awesome. Before we get to the whole franchising thing, I met Miss Iva at some networking events. We did some Toastmasters together before my schedule went straight bonkers.
I missed you.
I miss you guys as well. And Eva was one of the ladies that really kind of took me under her wing and was able to help me out, get me going. And so she's amazing. And so Eva, when it comes to networking, how important is it to you to have a network of individuals around you?
I think it's very important for all of us, regardless of which industry you're in. You could be working from home, or you could be working in the corporate world. You could be owning a franchise. Any industry that you're in, Mike, I think networking and having that, surrounding yourself with other influencers and other positive businessmen and women,
Mhm.
is very, very important, because as the saying is, who you hang out with is who you become
That's it.
also. So I like to surround myself, as you mentioned earlier, that I network a lot, and I do network a lot. And you are also a coach, so for our particular cup of tea, we do have to network a lot. We have to get to know people, because, as the saying goes, we work with people we know and trust, right?
That's it.
So for anyone to work with a business coach, work with a franchise consultant, they have to know, hey, what is Eva about? What is she all about? You can't just go up to a person and say, hey, I'm interested in showing you a franchise, or I'm interested in helping you grow your business. How would you like that? So for that reason, I think networking is very, very important. And as you spoke, I'm in Toastmasters. I'm always working every day to improve how I present myself to the public,
Yes, ma'am.
because I think first impressions are everlasting. We never get a second chance to make a first impression.
That's
So when I met you at Toastmasters, and then I invited you to a networking group, and then from there, your relationship and my relationship started building on the professional side, and here we are today. So I think networking is very, very important. If nothing else, you need to go out and be around people, socialize. Especially, I mean, right now we're all unfortunately in a unique situation, and I know the situation will not last forever. But when this situation is finish and we're able to see each other face to face, definitely network, definitely get out there, help other people, because I think it's a boomerang effect. I think you help enough people, Zig Ziglar says that, you help enough people, it comes back to you
comes
too.
back.
So
Yes, ma'am.
you've got to go out and give to get also. So I really believe that networking with individuals around you is paramount to any business.
That's awesome. Yeah. And especially as entrepreneurs, when you are self employed or you have your own business, it can be a lonely trek, right? You,
Yes,
you are on
you're
this
right.
road and you eat what you kill, and it can be very lonely. So, for you, being that you are one of the master networkers that I know, where does your biggest level of support in this time come from?
I think right now, with the current situation, if we're just speaking about right now, I'm going to have to say that even though I'm not able to see my colleagues face to face and shake hands, I've actually found a lot of support through Zoom meetings. I've been on multiple Zoom meetings on a weekly basis. In fact, I'm part of two local chambers here in the DFW area. And for one of the chambers, I help to co-lead a group that meets every Friday morning. And so that's gotten me that momentum to keep going. It's not, oh no, I can't leave my house, or oh no, I can't see Mike at Toastmasters. It's just where I'm finding the support. The biggest level is being able to still stay in touch, even though we all can't be together. I'm still able to. I'm on 2, 3 Zoom calls every day, whether it's for franchising, whether it's for business coaching, or even Toastmasters. So I am finding avenues and outlets to where I can still keep in touch with all my colleagues. And also, this is a good time where I'm reaching out to my past clients, because those are the
Mm,
clients that brought me to where I am today. It's not right now about me calling anybody and trying to ask them if they're interested in buying or anything. This is not the time to be reaching out to your clients and say, "How are you interested in buying this or buying that?" This is the time more to reach out to your clients and say, "Hey, how are you doing?"
yeah,
rather than, what would you like? How can I help you?
that's
You
good.
want to be more on a personal level with your clients right now, because they're the ones who brought you where you are. So you don't want to forget the people who brought you where you are today. So I've definitely been reaching out to past clients to just check in on them, say, how can I help you? Offer you some free coaching? May I offer you some free franchise consulting to move you forward during this trying time that we're in? So those are the things. Those are the biggest level of support. Support one another, and I think that's the best way to go forward.
Yes, yes, no, I completely agree. Like you said, being a business coach and one who was a speaker primarily, and this pandemic has obviously done some things with the speaking
Yes,
industry. It's like, okay, let me lean more on the consulting. But
right.
consultants are a special breed because there is that aspect of I do have to sell something in order to provide for my family. But the heart of a true consultant is, like you just said, reaching out and just seeing how your clients are, how your past clients are, And so that's huge. So what experiences in your life have kind of brought you into the consulting industry?
Great question. So before I became a franchise consultant, as I mentioned, I was working in the corporate world, and that taught me several things. And of course, with my MBA degree to back me up, I've had a lot of experience even before I left business school. I was able to do a couple of business plans with businesses in the local Louisiana area while I was doing my MBA studies. And so that gave me an idea of, wow, so this is what it feels like to own a business. So I got the hands-on experience during my education. And then once I started working, I also got the hands-on experience on the other side of the table, being with big
Hmm.
companies. They were in Boston and Indiana and Louisiana, really big companies that I worked with. And so when it came to the time after I had my children, what would I like to do? That's where I came to. I kept coming back to how nice would it be for me to be able to work with people who want to not necessarily start their own business, Mike, because franchises are not the same thing as
Okay.
starting your own business. Franchises are more where you come in with a business model. There's somebody that has worked tirelessly to put this business model together. And they're saying to you, would you like to be part of our team to follow this business model through so you're successful? So the franchise is successful. And that's a little bit different than when you open up your own store or something. There you have your own marketing, your own advertising, your own pretty much everything you're doing by yourself. Whereas when you own a franchise, you have that team already built in. You have that marketing team, you have that advertising team, you have that support, the tech support, any kind of support you need. It's readily available to you because you've
Right.
signed up for it, you've invested your time and money into it. So when I saw all these things, that's why I think those life experiences of having worked in big 500, top 500 companies brought me to wanting to become a franchise consultant because I wanted people to experience what it's like to own your own business and yet still have a team behind you 100%
There you go.
24/7.
There you go. And that's it. I mean, when you really start working around some of those Fortune 500 companies, which I've now been blessed enough to walk into and kind of see exactly what's going on, that's what you're getting. You're getting that system. Those
Mhm.
systems that they come up with, as an entrepreneur trying to build a system, I mean, you have the machete out and you're going through, you're trailblazing. But when you come to those franchise and the multi-level marketing type businesses, I mean, you have those systems, you have that
Yes.
heart, and sometimes you even have a customer base because of the
Mhm.
brand. And so,
Yes.
no, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, how are you encouraging through your consulting, through your clients? How are you encouraging them through this pandemic?
Yeah, so it goes a little bit back to what we were speaking about earlier, Mike, about encouraging. Right now, I'm reaching out to people, whether they're past clients or whether it's through the numerous Zoom networking meetings that I'm attending. I'm always out there saying, listen, if you just simply need to talk, if you're confused right now, if you're confused about your future, or you're not sure about you're going back to a job, or if you don't have a job, how can I help you? Let me just simply talk to you. So lately I've been talking more to people and listening more to people rather than having that franchise consultant hat on or having that business coaching hat on. I'm just more being, as they say, showing. You got to show more compassion right now, more grace. You have to be more human than ever before because none of us have been through this, what we're going through right now. And I think one of the best ways to encourage other people is to, put on your listening ears, listen with intention, and provide them feedback. You may not have the answers for them, but simply listening to your customers or listening to your colleagues and friends. That's the best way to encourage them. Just say, hey, I'm here for you. If I can help you in any way, I definitely will. And if I can, I definitely will find somebody that can help you because I find myself to be very resourceful. I know tons of people. As you said, as you mentioned, I network a lot. So because of that, I have a lot of contacts. I have a lot of colleagues I can reach out to. If I can't help you, I can guarantee you I will find somebody that can help you. And so that's the way we encourage individuals through this tough times that we're going for and going through because it's not going to last forever. We're all going to hopefully walk out of this stronger. But until this whole phase is finished, we've got to hold each other's hands and say, hey, we're all in this together and we're going to get through this together. And so encourage people, motivate people, be positive. Things like that are definitely very important right now.
Again, I just wanted to reiterate your heart on that because that's it, guys. That's it. If you have people contacting you and they have commission breath even during this time, yes, I understand we all have to eat. But I also have family and friends who have lost their jobs during this time. I mean, like they're not just furloughed with the opportunity to maybe come back and be hired. Like they're done. Doors are closed. You no longer have employment here. After this thing, find a new job,
Right.
and that's it. We need more people like Eva who are coming out and saying, "Hey, how are you for real? Like I'm here to be a listening ear." I think it was Maya Angelou who said, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." And as consultants, as coaches, as people, we just need to care a little bit more. Like, let's reach out to our people. That's
Right.
awesome. That's awesome. So
Sure.
let's
Yeah.
let's jump into this. Let's put your franchise coach hat on for a little bit. Let's jump
All
into the
right. It's on.
franchising side. So, what do you enjoy most about the franchise industry?
I think one of the best things that I hear from my clients, Mike, about franchising that I keep in the that resonates with me over and over again is the freedom. It's the freedom of having your own I guess business. I know I keep saying owning a business but versus owning a franchise is different, but in this case it is different because you are making an investment where you have that freedom and you have that choice. How do you want to run that business? Yes, you do have to follow the business model that the franchise offers you, but you can tweak it a little bit here and there. Let's just say, for example, you want to work full time or part time. You have that choice. You want to be a absentee boss or you want to be hands on. That
Yeah.
you have that choice. Or let's just say you want to hire 5 people or you want to hire 10 people. Well, based on your budget, you have that flexibility. So even though you are following a business model, a set business model, and you have all of that support, I also feel because of all that support you get in franchising, you also get the freedom because you
Mhm.
get to do things the way you want to. I mean, you have to stay within the, as I say, within the lines, of course, and follow through and do the things that the franchise is asking you to do because it's required. But otherwise, you do have that freedom. You want to work Monday through Friday, and I'm sorry, you want to work Monday through Thursday and take Friday off. Hey,
For
go for
sure.
it. And you need to take 2 months off, and you can give your manager the assignments and the duties. Go ahead. We're in the corporate world and other areas. You may not have that flexibility because you are working for someone who's expecting you to show up for work, who's expecting you to do certain things by a deadline and things like that. So I think the biggest thing that I enjoy within the franchise industry is being able to provide my clients the freedom to
Mm.
live their life while they're also building a business.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, as a business coach myself, I've worked with a couple franchisees, and one of the things that I've caught on to is the system is there, the scheduling, the branding, the product, all that's there. One of the things that I find is missing at times, if it's not a natural inclination, is leadership. That's one of the things that isn't exactly. So you may say that for the guys listening, like, well, why do I need a franchise coach when it's all kind of handed to me? This is why, because that leadership, understanding how to run a team, is not necessarily something that you're trained on. You're given the process. You know how Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday look on the schedule and on your budget. But when it comes to becoming a leader and being able to serve those individuals who you bring onto your team, that's why we're here. And that's why Miss Eva, Miss Franchise Consultant Eva, is here and she's in your corner. And so, what are 3 steps, Eva, for those people who are watching this right now and saying, you know what, I may be interested in that, but where do I start? What are 2 or 3 steps that you would say, hey, get these things in place and then come talk to me?
Yes, definitely, definitely. Before you come talk to me or any franchise consultant, you definitely want to sit down and write down your pros and cons of why you're interested in owning a franchise.
Mm.
Is it because you don't want to go back to corporate world? Is it because you need a second income? Is it because you need to write down all the because and all the pros and cons of owning a franchise? Some of the pros of owning a franchise, as I mentioned, are independence, freedom. Now, some of the cons of owning a franchise is that yes, you do have to follow a model. You are expected to, take care of things like royalty, take care of things like marketing co-ops and things like that. And those things will be required of you. So you will have to be aware that there are certain things you're going to do by yourself, and there are certain things you're going to be required to do as a group. So those are some of the, so first thing I would say is sit down, do the pros and cons of why you're interested in owning a franchise. And second, I would definitely say look at your lifestyle, your business style. What kind of owner are you going to be? Are you going to be the kind that can get up every morning and go into the office 8 to 5 every day? Or are you going to be the owner that wants to go in 12 to 2 every day? So you need to look at your business style, your lifestyle. How is this franchise going to fit into your already existing way of living, your existing routine? So those are things you definitely want to look at. And the third thing I would say is just kind of review your finances. When you work with a franchise consultant, you definitely want to look at your finances. How much how much do you think you can safely invest in a franchise and not maybe not feel overwhelmed, because you have to realize at the very beginning you're not, within the first month or 6 months, you're not going to be making as much money as you will maybe 1 year down the road. So you have to be ready for that. Are you financially stable to own a franchise? Now, having said that, it doesn't mean that you can't get financing. I work with so many different franchising funding companies that can help you with that when we get to that, when we get to that in the road. But right now, I think three of the things is definitely you want to look at what are your reasons for wanting to own a franchise. Um, how is it going to fit into your current lifestyle, your business style? And third, look at your finances. Definitely before we speak. And I help my clients do all of this. Of course, I take it very easy. I take it very slow with them. No rush, because this isn't a big investment. You want to make sure you're choosing the right franchise. You want to make sure you're choosing the right team to work with. You want to make sure everything lines up, because once you get into it, it's definitely work, but it's really good work, and it leads to really great results.
That's awesome. And I think you said it. You said it a few times in there, that key word, investment. It's not
Mhm.
that you're buying a business and you just kind of have a shoe in once you buy it. No, this is an investment. So everything that we do incurs some sort of risk. And as a franchise owner, there is that same risk, but you have to understand, like she said, what is your risk tolerance? What can you do? And before you get involved with Eva. So Eva, when it comes to the Speak Audibly community, what kind of service or product could you say, hey, I have this for you guys today?
Yeah, sure. So today, I would definitely like to, your sorry, your audience to be able to reach out to me, and I will provide all that information in a few minutes here. But basically, what I would definitely like to offer to everybody is reach out to me. We can simply talk. It doesn't even have to be about your business. It doesn't have to be about, oh, I'm ready to own a franchise, or I'm ready to go out on my own. Whatever you feel like talking about, we can work on. And since we're both business coaches, we work with goal setting. So if you're looking for someone to just sit down, especially in times like these, a lot of people are reassessing their goals. What are they going to be doing 2 months from now? What will they be doing 2 years from now? So a lot of us, I know I've had to sit down and reassess some of my goals to see where I want to go forward. What are the things I want to take care of? And I know a lot of my clients are going through that phase. So I'm offering free consultation for business coaching to any of your audience and anyone that is listening to this that would like that. And also the franchise coaching part, the franchise consulting, always available. That, like I said, that is free to you, Mike, or anybody. And whoever reaches out to me, I will definitely work with you. Now, the actual process of placing someone with a franchise, it can vary. It takes from 3 months to 6 months. It just depends on how fast my client wants to move forward, because I always follow my client's agenda, whether it's business coaching or whether it's franchise consulting. We always follow our client's agenda, not our agenda. So, having said that, those are the things that I'm right now offering, free consultation for coaching or free consultation for
That's awesome. So,
franchise
guys,
ownership.
if you are listening to this right now, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you choose to watch and take in valuable information, be sure to reach out to Eva. If you are in a place where you're saying, you know what, I'm having to pivot like crazy right now, I don't know what the next few months look like, give her a call. She has a free consultation. And while we're thinking about that, Eva, what is the best way to contact you?
I think the best way these days would probably be by phone, because my phone number, if you need that, is area code 817-458-8399. And if you, because these days a lot of people are texting, and I want to keep up with the current method of contacting people, and I think texting has become the top priority. So I give out my business cell number for that reason. So once again, that's 817-458-8399. And if you do need to reach me via email, my email is, it's all one word, it's equantumconsulting@gmail.com. equantumconsulting ivaMishra@gmail.com. That's another way to reach out to me. I get back to everyone within 24 hours, either via text or phone call or email. So please do reach out if I can help you in any way possible.
Awesome. So guys, all of Eva's information will be down in the show links. So be sure to check that out if this is something that you're interested in and you're ready to move forward with your life and your goals. Go down in those show links and click on that and contact her. So there's one other question that is kind of my secret question that I love to ask people, and I love to get your heart on it. And so that's why you don't know any part of this. But
Yes,
what
sir.
happened? So in the movie The Dark Knight, the original Dark Knight, Batman at the end, he's running, he's kind of been framed, if you will, and he's running. So there's dogs and there's cops looking for him, and he's about to go off the grid. He's about to go
Mm.
dark until the next Dark Knight comes out with Bane and such. But in between that time, he just goes dark. No one's seen him, no one's heard from him. So if today you were getting ready to go dark, you had to jump off the grid for whatever reason, what is one last line of encouragement that you would give to our audience today?
Well, first of all, I've not seen that movie, but I have my husband and my kids have seen that movie, so I know what you're referring to. But I think one of the biggest things we can do right now is simply, as mundane as it may sound, is simply breathe. I mean, it's just when you get overwhelmed, whether it's with your business or your family, I would say just breathe. Just reach out to someone you trust, talk to them, uh, go for a walk, go do something out of the ordinary. So you don't go off the grid, or you don't, you can still maintain your sanity, maintain your positive outlook and things like that by just simply breathing. Just take time to be by yourself if that's what it takes. For me, for example, I go walking every morning. I walk 2 miles, whether I have the time or not. I make the time because that keeps me sane, that keeps me going, moving throughout my day. So I say simply just make time for yourself. If nothing else, put your business aside, put your children aside, put your spouse aside, whatever it takes for you to just maintain, maintain that calmness, that peace
Awesome.
of mind as you
Uh,
go through your day. So simply just breathe, and everything can wait. Everything can wait until you have to take care of yourself, and then everything else will take care of itself.
wow, guys. You see why I have her on the show right here, right? Just breathe. Take a moment, everyone, and just take it in, just breathe. And as soon as you breathe and you've gotten your thoughts together, you make sure you go into those show links and you contact Miss Iva Diva Mishra. Eva, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your heart for people and for business and for business owners. That is huge. I thank you so much for everything that you've taught us today. Guys, I hope you found an amazing amount of value in this. Again, check those show links. We'll talk to you soon. Eva, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike, for this opportunity, and thank you for your friendship. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
All right, guys. So I hope you really got value from Iva Diva this podcast episode. Just breathe. That is some amazing yet very simple advice. I know the pandemic can be hard and it's been tough on a lot of individuals, this stay-at-home life, right, within the four walls of our home. It almost begins to feel less like home and more like a prison or a box. Please, guys, just take a step back, just breathe. Stay encouraged. And like I was telling one of my family members the other day, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, right? You have to put that smile on, you have to force the smile, because your mind doesn't know the difference, right? Your brain doesn't understand the difference. You're smiling, you're encouraged, you're looking up. And remember, man, this is Speak Audibly. So if you have anything you'd love to share with us after you subscribe to our channel, go ahead and leave a comment below. Your comment is like gold to us. We love to see what you guys are being encouraged by, what's bringing you value, the individuals that we bring on this show, who you want to see again. Please go ahead and write that in the comments. We'd love to go back and forth and kind of communicate with you in that way. But remember, overall, this is Speak Audibly. You have a voice. Let it be heard.
Well, I can speak for this millennial.
Come on.
We want to make a difference. Like you would say,